line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, here right now on PTM Racing TV, we are now live here today in Thompson, Connecticut, here at Thompson Speedway, Thompson Motorsports Park. As we are about to witness the racing action here of the Misfitz iRacing League Super Late Model Division is out on the track, ready to go for tonight's action. Hi, everyone. I am Chris Shriver, the Crusader, here joining you guys today. Now, I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. Yes, I know my voice does not sound right. I have recently just gotten a dental surgery, so my voice is a little bit off, so just be aware of that. But I'll be talking normally all night, so don't be worried about that. But anyway, let's get to the action here. Right out of the gate, heat number 1, Jimmy Gawker will be in the number 2. He's your number 1 seeds out to Ryan Castle in the number 1. And run number 2 is for 61 is Zach M. Woods outside Bryson Collins piloting the 5. In the final start, it's Jesse Singleton in the 51 in the 3rd slot and row number 3. 5th slot here for that 51 here. We'll see if he can bring some speed up to the track, bring speed up on the ranks here as these drivers prepare up to get a little bit on the hard edges and the hard corners here of this paperclip stock configuration. This, of course, is Thompson Speedway here in Thompson, Connecticut, one of the toughest tracks that really any driver starts on and really gets used to. I've only had my handful of races here, and I've had a handful of good and bad moments here on this track. It's an extremely tough track to master, an extremely tough track to get good at. For those that can, man, they are certainly something else around here. So let's see what all they can bring down to the table, get to bring down on the track as they get ready to bring them on down. Onto the back end straight, into the back straightaway here. We are now set to go. Action is ready here as the drivers set off. Off the corner here, down turn number 4. Set them off to the green flag again. We're ready to go racing. Gawker leads them off. Castle follows behind. Bryson Collins shifting up already on the top side here out of the gate. The number one of Castle right now trying to hold it with Gawker. Gawker trying to get the early advantage. A little bit loose coming off turn number 4 here for that number 1. Unfortunately, Gawker holding the bottom lane until he gets a little bit clipped up there. Zach M. Woods gets a huge chunk of it, a piece of him coming off of turn number 2. We talked about it before and how difficult it is up there. That's one of the reasons. When you get into a paperclip track like this here, the tight turns are a lot tighter, the straightaways seem more narrow, so then it just becomes more of a lasting kind of hang in there and run your race kind of style mentality. Well, that's exactly what just happened there, unfortunately. Castle taking for a bit of a ride here. Zach and Woods right now holding down the flanks, holding down the field. Gawker with the early advantage. Really, the only thing Gawker's got to do right now is just stay focused on the charge at hand, stay focused on his run, and not worry too much about the rest of these guys or what they're up to. As you see, Bryson Collins' onboard camera here running into the night lights here, and then that bright skies coming down off the track here. Definitely a beautiful sky around here in Connecticut, beautiful landscape, beautiful central area. Certainly brings us some good racing, some good chimes here too when you get it going around here, but right now, the struggles certainly seem to be from Zach M. Woods and Bryson Collins trying to get back up there to Gawker. Or maybe so more than usual. Zach M. Woods off turn 4. Driving it too hard off the exit into the wall protection. And now the car has completely been derailed and disheveled. Castle now moving up a spot back into the fight. Maybe a little racing justice in his mind. Collins trying to hold off as Castle is in a fever pitch. He's in a last minute dash battle to get to these boys and get some payback on them. Take him down here to the white flag this time on by here. Gawker will shove it off at turn number 4 with the white in mind. He's got the white flag out for him and his crew here. Castle already catching back up to the 5. Bryson Collins getting shot down into a corner, almost taken for a wild ride off of turn number 2. Collins able to evade and avoid the trouble. Ryman Castle will have to deal with this one more time. As you see him firing it down into turn number 3 and 4. Huge battle coming their way to line, but Castle will be able to shoot it across Collins' nose and take home the 2nd spot despite Lily getting taken for a wild ride earlier. Gawker definitely taking notes. Alright, I'll take a look at Heat 1 results right now popping up on your screen. And here is what it looks like. Gawker with the win here, second to Castle after being the little toe and tap and spin there. It certainly will definitely make things a bit interesting for him. Bryson Collins will go 3rd. Jesse Singleton goes 4th. Zach M. Woods will go 5th to round out the top 5. We'll now go into your next top 5. 10 drivers advance to the 75 lap A main event today. Jordan Riddick will be in the 15s outside Joe Luxon at 0-4. In row number 2, it's going to be Jacob Torman. And that number 31 to his outside is going to be Patrick Jenks in the 38. Final starter, Ryan Dyer in the 83. I may have also seen down below as well some folks asking about the giveaway or can we enter in. Yes, I believe anyone is allowed and eligible to enter in. All you gotta do, guys, just go down there and comment down below hi or say a little word or two. Make sure we know you are here, you are there with us on this track and on this race, and we certainly would love to hear from you and certainly love to see everybody come on down. Giveaway will be done via with our friends over here at the Misfitz Racing League. They'll be getting you guys some support, some love here in a little while. Just be aware of that. We'll bring it right around on the back straightaway here. Back ends off of corners. Field's set to go. Riddick, the guy that a lot of people have been keeping their close eyes and close tabs on. Ready to put on another number and put on another fight. Bring him to the green. We're off and running once again. Jacob Torman making his tail division debut here in that number 31. We'll see what he's got up to the sleeve and up to the table as the 04 Joe Lux takes the early spot on the second to get up to Riddick. P1 performances, number 15, Riddick right now trying to hold down the line, trying to hold down his opposition here as he continues to drive on hard with Joe Lux behind. Lux trying to keep himself into control, trying to keep himself into pace here. Torman looking to take the advantage. He knows one wrong move for these guys and he can lay out all that horsepower, all that speed these super late miles have at their disposal. Ryan Dyer troubles down there in the 8-3. He has already spun it off of turn 3 and 4, so he'll put it in the garage for now. Doesn't want to affect the other drivers' race here. Good sportsmanship on his end, but unfortunately I don't think that's really what he had in mind. Bit of a side-by-side dash here as they bring him down across the back straightaway. Fans watching on as they see a great battle engaged. Riddick, end of the wall, just a slight bit. Toe taps it into turn number 3, but gets it to square up. Pretty good battle here right now in between for that number 1 spot. Riddick, though, holding him down, holding him back away from it. One wrong move, though, and it could be game over, but Lux is certainly not getting the speed he's carrying off those exits. A much better exit by Riddick gives him the full shake and full advantage as they continue to wind laps down with 3 to go. Zero 04 moving his way around the track, trying to look for an opening or a shot in the arm at Riddick here. Patrick Jenks way back in the pack, really just trying to stay out of trouble, if you will. There's a couple lines to hit here at Thompson, but there's only one line you can do, and that's the diamond line. Now, if you're wondering at home, how do you diamond in a line? How do you diamond on a track? Simple. When you're going into the turn, you go up just a slight bit higher in entry, but as you start to maneuver your way down, look for the car to go almost swaying straight left, and as it comes off, it actually forms kind of this 90-degree angle, kind of a diamond end, if you will. Diamond edges it off the corner and off the ends, and that's how you can get the most speed, most run here at Thompson, as Jordan Riddick shows them how it's done with the win, heat number 2. Heat number 2 in the books. That can only mean one thing now, race fans. It's warm-up time here on PTM Racing TV. Take a look at our results though here from heat number 2 here. What a great showing here from Riddick, Lux, Torman, Jenks, and Dyer here. Both got all 4 guys, and well 5 I should say, trying to put on a battle, trying to put on a fight. Ryan Dyer just getting a little bit of a bad break there, but there's one thing we can say though, at least to me, make him feel better. Tonight's race is presented in part by Ryan Dyer's YouTube channel, so he may not be having so much luck in the heats, but believe me, he may have some luck here in the A main. But with that said as well, you gotta believe he's got some pretty cool stuff to show you on his YouTube end, so be sure to check that out on his YouTube channel at Ryan Dyer. We can't thank you enough here for your support, Ryan, and thank you for showcasing and sponsoring the show. Jesse Singleton will be the first one out to bat here on the track here now with the warm-up session engaged. And my friends, this has been quite a bit of a unique scenario. Some drivers getting pretty good speeds out of the gate, some drivers getting a little bit rocky starts. I think kind of the biggest thing a lot of guys need to kind of watch out for though is overall pacing and control throughout, while also watching out here for a little bit too many showbiz moves, or a little too much on the field end here. I did see earlier on as well, he was doing some pretty sweet little burnouts and little crossover donuts there and stuff earlier, so I mean he may be trying to do the same thing here, have a little fun with it, I'll say. Let's take a look at our track tech talk while we're waiting on our drivers here right now, presented in part by Ryan Dyer's YouTube channel. So again, I mentioned earlier on here a paperclip style track. Now again, you guys, maybe what we are asking for and what you were seeing as well, what we were talking about, the paperclip. Again, as I mentioned before, a diamond off the track, a diamond off the shape of that high banking helps around with this track, but usually with this kind of configuration, you would see it more towards the dirt style, but in asphalt racing, it's a very unique little setup, actually. It doesn't necessarily grant you long green flag or side-by-side races all the time, but what it does do here at Thompson International Speedway is make things a little bit more interesting when it comes to how you play out the track and how you run around it. And you'll see that constantly with drivers as they continue to move through the shapes and move through the turns. That wide, narrow in straightaway versus those very tight to master corners make it just that much more fun to watch and that more crazy to really deal with and hammer down on. Final laps being put down on the track here on the warm-up side. Again, I know for those who are just shooting in, yes, I do sound a little bit off. I will admit up front, I do sound a little bit wanky. Basically, I had some dental work done yesterday, so I've been recovering from it, but did not want to miss this race at all. So want to make sure we get you guys in for a show and get some racing done. So I do apologize if I'm not as lively or as out of control as I usually am with my voice, but thankfully, I think no one's going to mind too much. I'm still going to try to call the races usually as good as we can here on PTM TV. So, anyway, race fans, don't worry. I promise you by tomorrow I'll probably be back to normal. So, but anyway, here is our starting lineup. The A main now underway. It's time to see who's going to take this one home here in Connecticut. Jimmy Gawker, the number 2 is your number 1 seed with Jordan Riddick, and the 15 on his outside. And run number 2, it's Ryman Castle, and the 1 is outside Joe Lux, the 04. Run number 3, Racing Collins in the 5 with Jacob Torman in the 31. Run number 4 is Jesse Singleton, the 51 is outside, being the 38, Patrick Jenks. And row 5, our final stars today, Zach M. Woods, the 61, Ryan Dyer, the 83 driver, is the last on the lineup. They come from all walks of life. They come from all walks of planes. Presented in part by Ryan Dyer's YouTube channel. This is your Misfitz iRacing League SLM Series A main event. The roar of these bad boys now about to be put on full display. We'll bring him around for one lap here, get him set to go and then set for motion here. Driver's ready to bring down the haymakers, bring down the powerhouses. Super late model division has been good to us before with some impressive races. Will we get that here today? 10 drivers make the call, 9 drivers out on the track. Dyer, unfortunately, with mechanical problems from heat number 1. Or E2, excuse me, we'll have him being laid in the background for this one. We'll settle him down though into turn number 3, down to turn number 4 this time on by. And race fans, this is it. This is the time. This is the place. Bring out the speed. Bring out the power. It's green flag racing here at Thompson. Let's go Team P1. Well, right out of the gate, they've already got a pretty good start from this mode. Joe Luck's way up top side, pushed up to the top there by Torman. Torman giving him a little bit of a nudge up there, making sure he puts this thing into the fight. Lux with some more problems down there as he gets a little bit tangled up with Ryman Castle in the number 1 here. Both drivers going to have to square off back into position. Collins up top, trying to deal with Torman on the bottom. Torman getting a great burst of speed though, lying down. Caution flag is out, trouble down there as they're going to have to bring caution out for that number 1. Take a look at the PTM instant replay and see what happens with this one here. It looks like there might have been a slight error or two out of the gate. Well, here's one problem. Ryman didn't even get off the line here. Didn't get off the line. Looks like Collins kind of shifted the 0-4 up there a little bit. Lux had nowhere to go. Bringing him right down the end here into turn number 1. And looks like 0-4 just backed off, kind of let Castle by, and I'm not really sure what Castle was expecting or what Lux was expecting there. Well, that was the reason why the caution came out, but yeah, I'm not really sure there, folks. You guys be the judge there. I'm not even sure. It'll put Brayson Collins up in the top spot, though. But it seemed like there was a mechanical failure on Joe Lux's part. Might have had a starter ignition go out on him. It couldn't get it refired. But I'm not as bold as to say what happened there exactly. All I can say is that whatever happened, it did not go. One more time by race fans, then we'll send these drivers back on their way and back off on the track with a whole lot of speed and a whole lot of momentum to come their way. Coming on by down out of turn number 4. It's time by yet again. We are ready to get back to the action. Collins, Torman, and all of them ready to hit it down, throw the thunder in, and throw a speed. We're going green. For those that went into pit road now, they're looking for a long run strategy and a long run game plan. Those that stayed out, well, they're going to have their hands full, that is for certain. But they're looking to try to preserve and save the tires as long as they can. Singleton lay down low off on the back of the 38 of Patrick Jenks. Collins, Torman right now battling back at each other here. Neither driver giving an inch to one another. Drivers that went into pit road: Riddick, Gawker, Castle, Woods, Lux, and Dyer. Dyer pretty much out of this one though at this point. Castle and Gawker I could see, and Riddick as well, but I'm pretty surprised Zach Woods as well as Joe Lux. I would have thought maybe they try to stay out a little longer. Maybe use that to their advantage later on, but that does not seem to be the case here. Fired up top side here, great burst of speed by that 38, Patrick Jenks. Taking full control of the run and full control of the speed while Collins continues to hold on the race lead here. The 31 and Torman right now trying to get up to him. Torman looking to try to maybe make a move off, looking for some speed, get some run down on the Mopar 31. Jordan Riddick behind that number 51 Singleton. Now looking to use a fresh set of tires and a fresh burst of speed with the fuel run to come up at the boys. First best place start is really with a battle up to the front, but having to shoot a line down around these parts is easier said than done. Into the wall goes that number 2, Gawker, right as he moves his way around to that 51. Castle behind, trying to hang on. The P1 Performance guys looking for some speeds here. They're getting it. And Torman notices it quite well. He's trying to avoid him quickly here. Jenks right behind Torman, meaning the last remaining gap between him and that 31. Riddick goes way high. Look at Gawker straight to the bottom. Beautiful pass entering turn number 1, turn number 2. Great shoot. A scoop and swoop right through. And a little bump and run there, unfortunately, on Patrick Jenks. Jenks clips right off of turn 3 and 4. Sent to the shadow realm. Sent packing, sent racking. Now he is gone to have to hope he gets stacked back in. But that's not helping his cause any. A huge hit cost him dearly. Collins trying to make a run for the race win here, but he's still got Torman behind him as well as those other drivers behind him. And Gawker, Ricky, he needs to hope Gawker and Riddick keep battling here hard here, because that's the only thing that's separating them out from them catching him. Castle very well aware right now too. The more they keep doing this, the more fun and interesting he'll make it for himself. Looking to try to narrow in the edge. They're going to try to narrow up the speed. Both drivers in a hot flips position here. Riddick to the inside. It's got a run on the 31. Goes for the big cross down move in the bottom. Looking to shoot from the bottom shelf to the top. Couldn't get it to go. Gawker hanging on down there a little bit too. Looking to do the same thing that 31 is trying to avoid. Everybody trying to avoid as they got the wide salute, and Castle gets clipped by the 2 though. Gawker. Yellow flag is out just as things were starting to really pick the pace up here. Let's take a look at Joe Lux. Looks like he may have had some problems down there, unfortunately, on that front straightaway here. I don't know what the heck happens. Saw that well-timed, great battle there. Unfortunately, Joe Lux, though, found himself in a different spot. Sent on a round off turn number 4 and lost it in the control. Well, the good news is for Jenks is that he was hoping for that, because that'll give him a chance to re-rack and restack them. around the field, just getting settled back off, getting ready to put these things back into play, back into position. Double file up yet again here. We're ready to get the drivers back into their spots, back in their position. Second caution of the day here out of the 75 lap A main. Field looking to get centered in and ready to rumble it up a little. Torman trying to make a real big debut here around, as well as he tries to knock down one of the tougher guys to beat in Bryson Collins. Collins looking to try to outweigh and outsmart the rest of the field, but again, not being in pit road. Whereas Riddick, Gawker, Castle, them definitely makes it a little bit tougher of a sell here, in my opinion, for the longevity of this race. But we'll see here. Green flag out. We're underway again. And this is what Riddick. Oh no 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 no! Not good. Not good. Not good. We're cautioned out again. I was just going to say, this makes things Riddick and Gawker are going to get a bit of a break here when they had to go back to the caution, but now it looks like they'll have to wait it out just a little longer. One of the fans down there wasn't too happy about that, I guess. I mean, I'm not too happy they didn't get it started either, but I mean, I didn't think it'd have to be that kind of way. Waiting for another double file call here. Drivers settling down again. Torman, Collins, Riddick. Every one of these guys right now just watching patiently, walking on from a distance, from a side end here. Just maybe thinking about the longevity of this race in their cars now. Double filing up and ready to field them back down on the start. This time around, back to the action. Let's see if we get green. Well, didn't quite go as green as they were planning it to be. Riddick shooted back a little bit. Torman did not get off the line like the way he was hoping for. Neither did Collins. Collins and Riddick. Torman really back and forth. One of their Collins almost sent to the sky high zone there by the third one, but Torman was able to back off, give him some room. He is wheeling this thing around, trying to get this thing to grip, but he knows it's tough to pass here on this track. I see a lot of drivers sometimes had to resort to using that bumper to get them just a little bit more loose and a little bit more squabbly to get them a runoff. Castle, beautiful crossover on the front to the back. Doesn't try to clip the 15 though. Does a good job holding to it, maintaining and holding down the line. You can see just how difficult it is. These paper claps have bunches drivers up rather quickly here, kind of what you would see on like a quarter mile, but this is a half mile long. So imagine how tough it is right now for these drivers to hold their lines in and trying to hold them spots up. Riddick cornered up there by Torman. Torman, nicely done though to hold the line off from the number 15. The one of Castle sent sky high yet again. Joe Luck's giving everybody a little tag for their troubles. It appears right now that longevity of the run is seemingly a bit more trouble and innocuous than we had thought. Everybody's struggling to get around one another and looking to shoot everything they can to the gap wise. What a beautiful slide job there by the one, but it didn't quite work out that way. Now he's in more trouble. Slide job to a slide save. He got it there. Riddick though. Slide job after turn number 1 down in turn number 2. Doesn't quite grip enough. Torman backs him off. And Collins is just loving every minute of this, knowing the only thing he has to do is hold the line down and just send it on its way. Riddick has got some major problems down there right now. He's currently all over the place here with his Switchcraft gremlins attacking him, and I think he may have just had it happen to him there. I think he may have actually been sent back to the Shadow Realm due to that glitch-crafted gremlin that just caught him off guard. Oh, but that's definitely not what he wanted to see either. Torman wrecked completely on the front straightaway here as they were going for the bash. Joe Luck's wasting no time up to the front, but I don't think he's going to get wasted any time. Have other drivers have something to say about it? Just gonna keep our eye on Jacob for a minute because I don't know if we're gonna see our usual Misfit retaliation or not. Never be too sure, that's all I can tell you. Nope, looks like he's gonna keep it clean. Alright. Well, it's good to see at least they're gonna keep him clean, keep him real, but unfortunately, let's take a look at what happened to the number 04 and the 31. Looked like Torman was trying to enter into the turn his way, his style. Lux was kind of below him. Really had nowhere to go, nowhere he was going to come off from, and that did not play out exactly the way he was hoping for. We'll take a look from our chopper cam here as he was coming off that corner. Watch carefully. Yeah, looks like he was just trying to head into his turn where he was supposed to, and it looked like the 31 of Torman didn't even see it. Torman's saying only 3.5 minutes of repairs, but I'll see how this goes. Well, gotta give him credit. At least he's got a sense of humor down there. At least to give him that. Reeling back around town. Here we go. Off a corner number 4. Once again, Collins will have the advantage. Gawker behind. Enter the turn number 1, turn 2. It is Gawker right now dealing with Zach and Woods, moving through the chains and moving through the pipelines here, looking for some speeds. Collins sends it to the bottom, trying to block the runoff from the 61 in the hand as well from the 2, but now has to go back and block that middle section. Zach and Woods, huge hit on the number 5. Ryman Castle tried to evade, tried to avoid, not to be. Gets clipped around for the 2nd time today. Oh, there's trouble down there. Zach and Woods to reckon out. Yellow flag is out. Yellow is out. Well, talk about going for a wild ride there. Let's take a look at it from our chopper cam here and see just what kind of runoff they were getting there in this case. Well, Collins got a little kick in the arm and a kick in the leg, and looked like the same happened there. Then Ryman Castle getting shipped back to the pack with nowhere to go. And unfortunately ended up in no man's land. Then just a Singleton got wrecked out, and that saw it out. Zach and was there a minute ago, but that's the end result there for the 51. Got clipped up as they were running around. So now Field has to revert and rebound from that. So, gonna go one more time by, and you know, the longer this waits out, the more Collins is just gonna get a better chance at finally knocking down his little curse he's got going on here on the show and actually get a win here. Just looking to try to outsmart and outplay the drivers. Patrick Jenks also still looking for that moment in 2. Driving kind of a Michael McDowell scheme there in that 38. Getting set to go. Looks like Jenks is getting told to go to the back here a little bit, so it looks like he's not going to be on the front runner spot. Torman, Riddick here as well. They are both in a bit of a wreck echelon, if you will. Riddick kind of out. Torman still in pit road, and unfortunately well, hey, he's coming out of pit road now, so he's going to be right around the corner here. Gonna try to log the laps in, try to lie the positions in here. We're gonna bring them right around town once again here, back onto the start, back onto the field. Green flag flies. Thompson Speedway, we're back at it. Burrowing down, Joe Lux burrowed into something else. He's going on the wall protection for that little move off. Gawker taking the race lead away from Collins. Collins not able to keep it with him. That pit stop earlier on helping Gawker with a lot more on the tires and helping a lot more on the field. Oh, but this is going to be trouble. This is going to be huge trouble. Singleton and Woods lost in the back straight away. Ryman Castle getting clipped in just as they were going around town. And the laps now starting to get very, very tricky here. This could get a bit harder to deal with. Take a look now off turn 2. Singleton and Woods getting clipped, and then Ryman Castle giving him a little bit of a boost. Castle out of the two actually got away with it a lot better because he didn't have to avoid the damage there, but that's definitely not going to help his cause much. Set him back in motion, getting ready to get fired up once more. Race fans, we're just looking at the final laps here, and we got about 19 to go come restart time. Collins put back in a bit of a rut here. Gawker taking it away from him. It might be the chance he's been looking for, maybe the opportunity he's going for. It looks like they're going to have 20 to go, and they're going to run him refire. Not sure I would have got the green flag back out there, but hey, I mean, that's their call. Joe Lux now right in the mix of racing Collins. Collins and Lux. Huge on the wall there. Lux going nearly upside down. He's on top of the roof of the 5 of Collins. The yellow is out again. Well, he's been upside down. He's been spun on around. And he's been every which way to Sunday. That's about the best way I can explain it. I don't even know where to begin with this one. All I know is let's just check the replay. Coming right around off of turn number 2 here, and you can just see that Collins really didn't have anywhere to go. Once Lux kind of threw it right at him, and that haymaker there, that kind of made things a little bit more difficult to work around, but we'll show you the onboard camera here of Collins. Let's see if he steers this thing in a little bit. Well, it looked like he got spun a little, got clipped, and then Lux just kind of threw himself right into him. Collins really had nowhere to go in this case. Uh-oh. And I think there might have been some chicanery going on down there. Well, I guess Joe didn't exactly like Collins for what he did to him there. Collins will get back into his spot here, but Joe Lux has been disqualified, folks. 14 laps left to go. Come restart. Gawker obviously has a bit of that speed still at his grasp and at his playing field. Patrick Jenks, Sackham Woods, and all of them still in this fight and in this fray. Anybody really could take this one home. Collins looking to kind of shoot ahead a little bit to give himself a chance at Gawker. Needs a good jump on the start here if he wants any chance. Off the corner ends we go. Back to the green. Top 5 up in your screen. Well, Gawker with a huge run out of the gate here has a bit of an advantage at his stake. Singleton looking to get a move off down on that number 1 and the 15, trying to knock both guys down for the price of one. Riddick with some serious troubles here today. Castle not getting much better. Maybe a little bit of that paperclip style racetrack configuration making the better of these boys, but that seems to be the case. Woods right on that rear bumper. Collins here. Remember, Woods had gone into pit road on lap number 4 with the rest of the boys. Collins did now. He tried to plan out an extremely long strategy, an extremely unique strategy. It may be enough to work in a top 5, but it's not enough to win this one, I don't think. Gawker's getting way too far ahead, and his moves here are looking pretty good, I will say. Oh, trouble down there between Torman and Patrick Jenks, entering into the corner. Torman trying to come off the exit and get it refired. Not to be enough time. Jenks and them calling for caution. Patrick Jenks throws caution to the wind and throws one right at Torman, unfortunately. I don't think Torman was expecting it, but looked like Torman might have come down on the 38-2. There's only one way to find out. Let's put the PTM Instant Replay. Off that turn there, looks like a bit of another racing ordeal there. Looked like Jenks was looking to stay on his line, stay in the shot. Torman looked like he was trying to hold his line back, stay out of problem territory. Jenks backed off to give Torman a chance to refire. So the caution didn't fly out. Remember, Torman is quite a few laps down, but obviously as a driver, you don't really think too much about that sometimes. Sometimes you just think about getting right up back into that field and back into that fray and make something work. Can't show you're going to go down quitting. You got to go down fighting. We are now patrolling on the final laps of this one here, folks, and so far it's been pretty much anybody's guess, anybody's ball game on who will be able to strike and carry on with this race. Working their way around the track here, and they will get them fired back up off of corner number 4 once again. Every driver for themselves, every driver for position, ready to reel and deal. Green flag back on out. Trouble down there for Patrick Jenks here. Caution will fly back out once again. Troubles down there for the number 38. And it appears Jenks can't seem to get out of his own way, or seems to get out of the troublesome spots here. kind of fired it up, and then the car just said nope. And what a tough break there for Patrick Jenks. That number 38 machine put into a bad spot all day long, and now he put into himself in another corner here, unfortunately. Not the way you would have expected him to come out with, but that unfortunately will be the way it presented on him. Whoa, whoa, hold on a minute. Whoa, what the? I don't know what the heck happened here, but I think we gotta go look at that again. I don't even know what transpired, went wrong there. Okay, so I think Riddick was... Okay, I'm not sure if Riddick was really waved around the pace car. I know Torman was. And maybe that the 61 didn't even realize where he was at? Or what the heck happened there? But I'm not even going to be so bold as to say. That was... Well, yeah, right now Riddick and Torman were to be waved around the pace car. And I'm not really sure what the heck went down. Again, Riddick was waved around the pace car there. And unfortunately, Zach and Woods and Gawker just went for a little bit of a ride, we'll say. Well, they're back already green, so we're just going to go ahead and let them run them out. Coming up on the white flag lap now. We got one to go. White flag is out. Gawker with the lead. Trying to hold off Woods for one more time around. Castle trying to get one last versus P2. They'll fire him down one more time straight to checkered flag territory. Jimmy Gawker, despite the little hiccup, will not be deterred. He wins at Thompson Speedway. Woods goes second, third to Castle, so that was certainly something to say the least here, but nevertheless, Jimmy Gawker can get himself a race win in and a bit of a victory here at Thompson Speedway. It's been a while since the Gawker has been a bit of victory lane here. You can see he's at it though. Gotta celebrate as good as you can and enjoy all the moments you can get. You never know when your last one comes up, but he certainly will enjoy this one for a while. Wins it out here, but it'll go Zach and Woods second, Ryman Castle third, Collins fourth, Singleton fifth, rounds out the top five. What a wild, wild race it was. But you can't say it wasn't somewhat interesting around here, because it's always interesting around these parts. He's going to join me now in race fans. Your top three here in the boat. First one up, Ryman Castle. And Castle, you know, we talked about some wild days, wild finishes here, sir, but this one certainly was a bit wild out of the gate. Hold on one moment, folks. He can't quite hear us, nor can we hear him. Give us 1 second.
4X there out of 28, and I would like to fought for the win there, but I just had to be careful.
Certainly wanted to be a little bit careful, kind of ready for this one to get more on the nose, but with the speed and the control here you had under that hood, I'm presuming probably more than anything you're ready to get set down for the next track that lies in wait for you and your crew, right?
Yeah, we'll see if we show up. We just feel like we're getting picked on pretty bad here. The 5 car is just a prick, pretty much. He just wants to wreck everybody, and anybody that gets close to him runs him like an ass. So I don't know. It's pretty frustrating. Just try to race clean with everybody, and just because our name is P1 Performance, we get picked on pretty bad.
Yep, definitely some strong words on that. Maybe some drivers, I guess, will take a close listen to that one, but nevertheless, Castle, as you come away third out of the bunch, is there anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my guys at P1 Performance. You know, we're one team, one family. We don't take no bullshit. So thanks to those guys. and Austin Manor Racing, Rocket Fabrication, Suspension, Jegs, CodyCoughlin.com. Well, I don't know. You guys, thanks. I really like you, Christian. You're a good dude, man. I really like you doing this broadcast. It's fun to watch during the week, and we'll see if we show up. We'll see if we're allowed to show up. But thank you.
No problem there. Castle, thanks for your time here, bud. Well, he definitely is got a few words on that one, but he still is gonna live up to the reputation that is him. So the Ryman Castle living up to P1 as 61 as Zach and Woods will go second place out of this one too. And Zach, you know, we saw a little bit of a wild little show there from the first part to the second half, then this final half here, and it looked like he had something for Gawker, but did the damage from the car kind of take into effect here late in the run?
Yeah, the car was a little tight there at the end. I thought I had one more shot on the last restart on Jimmy on the outside, but he got a little tight and there was nothing I could do but back out, and then I just gave him the win basically. Oh well, another 1, 2, 3 for P1 performance. Not bad.
Not bad at all, and I know you're definitely looking towards the overall big picture and looking at a more interesting little getup here. How much more do you think is left to go before you think things get a little bit more crazy, a little bit more wild here on the next race?
Can they get much crazier?
Well, you're going to Oxford next, so you tell me.
Oh, that sounds like no fun.
Well, it may be not to you guys, but it can be fun around here on our end. Just have to figure out
Yeah,
who's not going to get crazy there.
yeah. Oxford's a fun track. You get a good group of people racing there.
Certainly indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, Woods, as you come away second today, is there anybody you want to think of Thompson?
Yeah. P1 Performance, Austin Manor Racing, Cody Coughlin Company, Jags, Rocket Fabrication, Suspension, FLF Race Cars.
Well, I think you made them pretty proud and pretty happy with this one here, Zach. Congratulations on this finish.
Thank you.
Zach M. Woods, ladies and gentlemen, comes away out of the bunch here with the second place finish. But the man that comes out on top, Jimmy Gawker, bringing it back home to victory lane here. And, you know, Gawker, yeah, traveled a little bit here from Indiana down to Connecticut today. But, boy, howdy, my friend, you certainly put up a fight, put on a show, and this one walks away beautifully with a win. How about that?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've raced the Misfits League. It's been maybe like 4 or 5 weeks. Been doing some school stuff, but yeah, car's pretty good. Just got a little tight there in infield one. Fortunately, I screwed Zach's chance of winning there, but you know, it was happy for P1 performance getting a 1-2-3 finish though.
1-2-3 finish again, as you mentioned before, and you know, with the way these setups are and the way these cars are starting to get, I mean, things definitely got to be a little bit tighter in that long run. But it seemed like the car was pretty loose here late in the run more than anything.
Yeah, I got some engine damage earlier in the race with from the 31 of the 04 making a little contact, and I just unfortunately just know where to go. But we just held on, stayed out, and for a little bit of track position because I know Woods, Castle, Jordan Riddick, they're all fast, you know. It was hard to get around the 5 of Collins there. He was running a pretty good line, but just had to move him out of the way a little bit, then rough him up when the lead starts to at least have a shot at least.
For sure there. Well, didn't have to rough up too much, though, at least. And this one stays under control with a pretty good finish, to say the least, now today. With that in mind, who do you want to thank you today?
Just gotta thank everyone from PM Performance, all my sponsors, RB Kirk Company, Community Wide Federal Credit Union, Meyer, DAC Enterprise, Preferred Warranties Incorporation, and PM Performance.
Well, Gawker, you definitely made them happy today, and this one's coming to victory lane. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, and thank you for broadcasting.
Absolutely. The number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Gawker, comes away with a win, and that will all but do it here for your Misfitz iRacing League. And a big thank you again to Ryan Dyer YouTube channel for supporting the show. Support them as well. Give them a subscription here on the YouTube end. Guys, gals, thanks so much for tuning in here as always to the show. We'll see you guys next time when the green flag flies.